So, the concept of character is going to come up again and again in these lessons. It's a cornerstone of the active parenting philosophy. But what is character, and where does it fit into the bigger picture of helping our children to survive and thrive? First, it's going to be helpful for us to recognize that when we speak of character, we're really talking about two different things. So the first might be something like character is the sum total of a person's values, beliefs, attitudes, actions, and personality traits. And this is what we mean when we speak of a person's character. Is he courageous or cowardly? Can we count on them or not? Do they possess qualities like honesty, responsibility, perseverance, cooperativeness, and maybe respect? And when we hear the term character education, it usually refers to efforts to instill those and other qualities of positive character into the children. So we're going to be learning methods of instilling these qualities throughout this entire course because these qualities enable our children to survive and thrive in our modern society. And this positive type of character is usually good for the child. It's going to be good for the family and the community also. But it's also possible in our society to have high self-esteem and courage and many other positive character traits and yet still choose to break the rules and live outside of the law and otherwise just reject the limits of society. And this is why it's also important for our children to develop a second type of character. Character is the courage to do the right thing even when you could get away with doing the wrong thing, and or when doing the wrong thing or doing the right thing may cause you to lose something that you want. So a lot of people in our society only obey the law because they fear punishment if they break the law and they get caught. And that's not character, that's fear. And these same people would break the law if they thought that they could get away with it. In fact, many rules, laws, and norms of morality are broken every day by people who think that they can get away with it. And often they do. Truth be told, most of us fall short of this definition of character at times. And it's a difficult goal to attain, really. But it is a worthy goal to work toward and one worth instilling in our children. After all, we won't always be there looking over their shoulders. And if we haven't instilled in them the values and the beliefs of good character, which is the integrity to do the right thing just because they believe it's the right thing to do, then there's no amount of discipline or rewards that are going to be sufficient. Eventually, they're going to succumb to the temptation to break the rules and the pressure to take an easy path to feeling good about themselves. In today's society, this means harmful involvement with tobacco, alcohol, other drugs, reckless sexuality, violence, and other dangerous and hurtful behaviors. So let's look at how Bobby Jones chose character over victory. There's a famous story about the golf legend Bobby Jones, and he was playing in the 1925 US Open when his ball came to rest on the side of a hill. And as he placed his club down, he began his stroke. The ball moved slightly. That's a violation of a golf rule calling for a one-stroke penalty. And though nobody but him saw the ball move and it had not given him an advantage, he assessed himself the penalty. And he lost the tournament by one stroke in the playoff. And, he was praised by a lot of the sports writer for his gestures, but Jones was reported to have said, "You might as well praise me for not robbing the banks." So that character that Jones showed, by doing the right thing when he could have gotten away with doing the wrong thing, was a quality that stood him well his entire life. It didn't really matter if he lost the tournament. He would have done the same thing even if he had known it could cause him to lose. And when we know this, it was clear. At the next year's U.S. Open, a very similar thing happened. A strong wind moved his ball on the putting green after he had placed his club behind it to begin his putt. Again, nobody but Jones noticed, and again he assessed himself the one-stroke penalty, called for by the rules of golf. And the fact that he went on to win the Open that year is less important than the character he again demonstrated with the choice that he made.